Hi ragazzi, ciao guys. Welcome to the first episode of No Cuts with Zamo. This is the longest format that we have here on the channel. It's gonna drop once, twice a month, and the idea is like to have a longer format in which I can discuss fashion news, what I think about stuff, without having to follow into like a shorter format. It's also a way for me to start conversation with you guys, see what you're saying, and again engage and just speak my mind. I hope you will enjoy it. For sure, for me, it's going to be great. I'm here in this new setup, which I kind of like. Hopefully, it's going to be nice. And yeah, let's have a glass of water, not the usual coffee. I think we had enough coffee, and let's get into it. So the idea for this video started because I really wanted to speak in length of a couple of things that have been on my mind this week. And I really thought, how I could better do that, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think we can just start with the hottest thing that's happening in the world right now, which unfortunately or fortunately is the unexpected announcement of the Dior Stone Island collaboration. This collaboration was out of the blue, and really indicates where Stone Island is going after being purchased by Moncler 1 year and a half ago. There has been a change in property. The company is not owned by the Rivetti family anymore, but is actually owned by the conglomerate that owns also Moncler, which we all know for its, let's say, more premium positionment and positioning in the menswear sphere. I think that's going to be interesting. I'm not saying it's negative. I've been a fan of Stone Island since 2010. I went and visited the archive. I'm really an enthusiast also too deep, I would say. So I don't want to hate on Mother Stone Island, but let's say that in the last 10 years, the decision that have been made by the company, by its investors, were like, of course, to progressively make it more expensive, more exclusive, and hopefully that money is going to go into research, is going to go into projects, it's going to be going to exhibition. Let's think, for example, about the one that was in Freeze a couple of weeks ago. Let's think about, for example, at the exhibition that happened in Korea a couple of months ago. So I'm not negative about the change. It was great to see also Stone Island be present at the last Milano Design Week. So yeah, things are changing for the brand, and the CEO actually commented this release with Dior, who's going to happen the 14th of June in selected stores, and then online officially the 4th of July, so full-on summer collection. The CEO of Stone Island commented saying, again, who is also is a man that's nominated by Moncler, said that this is a collection that's targeted to the Dior audience, and the idea is to conquer trust, gain the interest of the Dior audience. So this is really not a tailored offering for the Stone Island fans, which makes sense. Price has been skyrocketing in the last few years. This happened with a lot of luxury brands. Think about, for example, Chanel. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's just a trend, something that's happening, something that's going on, and I can see that happening. Brands are always moving, are always evolving. I used to work for CP Company, and the conversation with them was actually okay. Now CP Company is really popping, it's really popular, but what's happening in 3 years? What's happening when logos, big logos, are not trendy anymore, for example? So I think that this is a conversation that every brand needs to have, and one of the direction that you can go towards, of course, is the direction of saying, okay, I'm just gonna keep, change my positioning, and I'm gonna become always more exclusive. 10 years ago, you could buy a soft shell from Stone Island from like, let's say, 250 euros. Now the cheapest one is like 550, and then it's gonna be 600. And again, Stone Island is going the Moncler way. This means in terms of retail that the family atmosphere that before was present in the Stone Island store is not there anymore. Everything is way more corporate. Stone Island has also been withdrawn by a lot of wholesalers who used to deal it. Now the brand is trying to exert way more control, which again, this is a known Moncler strategy. But yeah, so what happened is that last week, out of the blue, on the Instagram page, there was as a other member of their spring summer collab that they've been publishing with Jason Statham, with Arco Maher, they just published a picture of Kim Jones. Of course, Kim Jones, the creative director of Dior, and he was wearing a Stone Island per Dior leather jacket with a special antiquing process. And yeah, I just saw it, with the spell out logo Dior and the badge, and I thought, damn, is that a custom thing? That was my first thought, to be honest with you guys. And then actually, no, it wasn't. It was actually part of a bigger picture. The collection was announced. It's gonna be 74 items, and the cheapest one is gonna be the keychain with the nautical rose. That's only 300 euros. So you and me both, brother or sister, we broke, so we might be able to afford that. And it includes 74 items, so it's a very big, very wide range of items, and it's gonna go up to 80,000 euros, which is like for one of those jackets that has like hand woven detailing and crystals in it. From what I heard, King Jones has always been a huge fan of Massimo Osti and his legacy, and that's how they were able to approach the brand, and he was able to pitch this collab. This collab is gonna celebrating Chanel, Dior, sorry, Dior. It's gonna celebrate Dior, which again I don't know a lot about, and is also gonna celebrate Stone Island and Massimo Osti. The most visible reference to archive is the use of the Dutch rope, as you can see in a lot of jackets in the collection, that is use of like this celebra system for Stone Island to again just close the jackets. It is a interesting idea. I like the colors. There's also an uniting idea of using same color palette, of color harmony, and overall this kind of interest. Yeah, so overall it's beautifully executed. It's a lot of pieces. It's very expensive. It's not for the average Stone Island enjoyer. There is this compass bag, for example, who are crazy. They created like this handbag, but I think that speaking is how can I say it? I would describe it as an additional brick who doesn't surprise me, and that it's clear that some brands are still going towards the direction of collaboration. I personally think that the way of collaboration is kind of dead. The way of collaboration has been around since 2017, with the Supreme per Louis Vuitton collab, 2017, 2018. So there has been 6-7 glorious years. I think that brands should stop doing collabs because again, it doesn't click anymore. That idea of uniqueness and specialty doesn't click anymore. But you know how it is. There is always a groundbreaking event, and then people follow, brand follow, company follow, and then after a while, usually slower the adoption of a different way of doing things. Doesn't surprise me. Modern Stone Island again is moving towards luxury. Of course, the most affordable luxury, but still luxury. I really hope that the brand is gonna keep pushing. I think some elements are interesting. The color, the use of silk, for example, in the badge, that's also nice and interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think we will just wait and see. I think that Stone Island is gonna have an arch, and hopefully for us, for the enthusiasts, there's always gonna be more out there to discover. It's great that they're pushing the boundaries. It's interesting to see that the property is doing something different, and yeah, I mean, kudos to them. It's just like an additional step. Yeah, absolutely. On another note, so again, after looking at the collab, I'm actually gonna do a video review later on. When the full collection is released, just to discuss what I think about the specific pieces. So again, don't forget to subscribe, to follow Zamo. We got the cool shit. We got the Massimo Osti production of a shirt piece from 1997. Found and invented. No, but jokes aside, yeah, I think it's just a confirmation. I would say confirmation. I would say loud. I would say expected, unexpected. If you know what I mean. Another topic that I would like to look at, of course, let me look at my beautiful notes, is, okay, yeah. So, there has been a lot of talk on social media on how baggy pants are leaving, and now skinny pants are coming, and the overall sphere of trends and micro trends. What I personally think is that in the last few years we've seen how brands and trends have shortened their lifespan. Before it used to be like a long cycle, like, okay, we're gonna do workwear, we're gonna do American, we're gonna do slim fit, and then it's gonna be Y2K. But now with social media and with the creation of a multifaceted like amount of little spheres of um, micro trends, that are very fast. Think about quiet luxury. How long was quiet luxury around for? 6 months, 8 months. Think about New Balance. Think about Adidas Specials. So I think that overall, what we have to keep in mind is that there is not anymore like a big single monolithic trend to follow. And why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because, yes, somebody on TikTok, some trustworthy creators said that slim pants are back and cargos are not, which might as well be true. But myself, personally, I actually fell in love again with baggy pants. I always was wearing baggy pants, but actually I fell in love with this dress one. The one I'm wearing are a pair of Dickies Carpenters. They are so faded, so distressed, but I love how they look. Am I going back to my punk era? Maybe, probably. Stay around and see. But overall, I just wanted to say that don't be afraid of exploring. Don't be afraid of looking for your own micro trend. But check faded pants out. They really have this like dystopian look about them, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I just really like them, and I've been wearing them for a week. Of course, taking breaks and wearing other stuff, but let's say at least once a day. Fashion influencer lifestyle. But yeah, so keep your eyes open also for that. So yeah, this was the first episode. It was great to have a little chat with you guys. It was fantastic. Thank you for your patience. I hope the audio is okay. Yeah, so looking forward to see how the Stone and Dior looks really in person. Let's see if we can find more faded denims in the future. And yeah, it was great to have you. From me, from the couch, from the Big Z, from my mug. Have a beautiful day. Take care, guys.